Hey, 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 we are back for another week of Uncomfortable. Let me tell you, I'm so excited about tonight. We're going to be doing a part two of jumpstarting our New Year's. I was, got a lot of feedback from a few individuals with like, look here, Joe. It's hard whenever you're trying to start things off for the new year. Well, just kind of piggybacking from what I said last time is that many of times we do it only because it sounds like a good idea, or if not, it seems as if it's the right thing to do. But we don't really prepare ourselves for it. We just kind of think that if we jump into it, like everything right then and there is just going to kind of work itself out. I'm just going to figure it out, as I go, and things are just going to be fine from there. But no, that is not how it works, okay? So, because I know I threw it out there, I didn't really give much instructions. I didn't really give much nuggets about it. So that's why we have a part two, because on tonight, I'm actually going to give you a few nuggets on what you can actually do, or what it is that you can put on your mind, what you can think about implementing to make sure that you're really, really, really getting a strong start to your 2019 year. One thing it is that we don't want to do is start a thing and not finish it. It's one thing whenever we started, we're so amped up at the beginning of it, we have so much of a high drive. We're like, yes, let's get it done. I'm going to do it. And then because we haven't really planned accordingly, we wind up fading away. So just kind of keeping that in mind, I'm going to give you 5 things, 5, not 10, just doing 5. And I'm giving you these 5 things because I know this is something that helped me even with planning, not just more so too, because most of the time you're planning for, to get my health and fitness together, or if not, I'm gonna, take a new adventure on something, or for us it was more so on with saving and venturing out on new business ideas and relaunching, new things. So everything it is that I'm gonna share with you on today is basically stuff that me and my husband have implemented in some way, shape, or fashion. So one of the first things, because like I said, make sure you have your pencil, make sure you have your paper, because this is going to be some really, really, really good things, some really good, really good nuggets. It is that you can take with you, and that way you could apply it. Is you have to really be able to identify what it is that you're trying to do. I feel like many of times we see things and it seems and it sounds like a good idea, because maybe we had a friend who accomplished a thing and then we put it in our minds that, oh, I would like to do that too. But we don't really ponder on it and be like, do I really need to do this? Or is it something I'm only wanting to do because I see so and so is doing it? And no, it's not no form of jealousy or trying to mimic no one or whatever the case may be. But guess what? There's enough bread for us all to eat around here, okay? There is enough pounds for us all to shed around here. There is so much success out there to where everyone can get some type of piece of the pie. So not thinking of it in that essence, but thinking about it in the sense of, what am I really trying to do? If I'm trying to lose weight, like, do I really need to lose weight, or do I need to focus more on being more healthier rather than lose weight? Am I really trying to start this business? Why am I trying to start this business? Is it something that's going to be more for the financial perspective of it? Do I really want to do it because I just want to be my own boss? I just want to have my own ownership and tell myself what to do, because I don't want to go up in nobody's office, be working no 8 to 4. Being paid minimum wage. Like, what am I really trying to do? Being able to really identify with it, so that way you can put a mind on it. Like, that is like the keynote, that is like the umbrella of everything. So the first part of that we have with, once you're able to identify and once you're able to really understand if this is something that you're really, really, really trying to do, is one of the things you have to do first and foremost is you have to pray. I know it sounds like, oh, really? All I really have to do is pray? Yeah, you first have to pray about it. Why is that? Is because first you want to consult with God and just be like, look here, God, is this really like a desire of my heart of something it is I really want to do? Or am I doing it because it just sounds good? Am I doing it because it looks like it's the right thing to do? But consulting with him and finding out, we get it like it was said to me before, like get permission. Like, hey God, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And if so, release me to do a thing. Like I don't want to do it if it's in my own will of me doing it. But God, you release me so that way I can do it. It also tells us in Matthew 6:33 is seek first the kingdom of God, and everything it is that we ask, all of the desires of our hearts is going to be given unto us. So if I put my mind on it and I'm really able to identify with what it is I'm supposed to be doing, look here, God, if I come to you first and I even ask you, you know what I mean? Because I'm coming to you first and I'm asking you. So if it's part of your will for me to be doing such a thing, then guess what? He's going to give me all of the equipment. He's going to give me all of the tools it is that I even need to accomplish a thing. So the very first thing we have to do is we have to pray. We have to seek God first in everything it is that we're trying to do. When we try to do it in our own will, it never works. It never prospers. We never get any good out of it. Why? Because we're doing it instead of asking God if this is something that he really see fit with us doing. And that way we're not doing it in our own will, but we're doing it in his will. Again, that is Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything it is that we're asking, everything it is that we're trying to do, if it's his will and if it's a true desire of ours, then it's going to be added unto us. The second thing, number 2, is we have to have a made up mind. Lots of times the reason why we fail at so many things is because we don't really have a made up mind about it. If you think about, if you ever been like in a crazy relationship before, look here, I could attest to it. I have been in multiple crazy relationships, and whenever I knew it was so unhealthy for me, I had a made up mind to where I was going to get out of it by any means necessary. I'm still the same way now. Like if something happened, look, fool me once, fool me twice, it won't be a third time, because by the third time I done made up my mind that this is not going to happen to me again. So I instantly go into precaution mode to make sure and assure that it's not going to happen again. And once my mind is made up, it's like you can't change it. Like you can't make me think any different, not unless God himself comes and be like, look here, Johanna, I'm gonna need you to change what it is that you're doing here. You see what I'm saying? But do you have a made up mind? Like, is your mind really on the thing it is that you really trying to do? Or again, is it just a good thought? Is it just a good idea? Romans 12:2 tells us, do not be conformed by the patterns of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then, I think this is, and I had to write it down to make sure, because I'm like, look here, many of times we quote that scripture whenever we're talking about the renewing of our mind, but it says that then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So we already was able to identify with what it is that we're trying to do. One, we went to God and we asked him for permission. It says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything it is going to be added unto us. So, okay, God, if it's meant for me to be doing this, it looks like you're aligning things up with your word for it to happen. You're equipping me. You're giving me the tools it is that I need. So now I'm asking for you to renew my mind, and renewing my mind, I'm going to be able to test and approve to see that this is your will. Okay, cool, no problem. So if it is his will, now my mind is made up, and I know I can go forward with what it is that I'm needing to do. I have a made up mind, but I can only do that, and that can only happen once I renew it with the washing of the word, once I renew it with understanding exactly what it is, what I'm trying to do. The third thing it is, before we go on to the third thing, let's just go back to the second thing is that with renewing our minds, we have to make sure that we're mentally preparing ourselves. Yeah. That's what having a mind on it, what it looks like. Because many of times what we wind up doing is we go out to adventure and to do something, but our minds is not really on it, meaning if our minds is not on it, then that means we're mentally not prepared to handle a thing. Like, I haven't mentally prepared myself for it. Like, just to say, for instance, is if you're venturing out on something new, if you have ever ventured out on something new before, you know, you have that high anticipation, you become anxious about it, you become a little bit nervous. And if you're really mentally not prepared or not able to accomplish it, then you easily can walk away from it. You easily can just give it up. Why? Because you really haven't prepared yourself for it. Like, look, I know if I'm trying to lose weight, it's going to be challenging. So I know, look, I'm going to have to wake up probably early, or if not, I'm going to have to, when I get off of work, I'm going to have to go to the gym. I know I'm going to have to put some work in. I'm either have to go walk around my house, I'm going to have to go do a little bit jogging, but I know I'm going to have to prepare myself to do more than what it is that I'm doing right now. Why? Because I'm trying to accomplish a thing. So if you don't put it on your mind, that means you mentally can't prepare yourself for it because it's not on your mind. But at the same time, too, with mentally preparing myself for it, am I really going to be able to stay committed to this thing? Can I really put my mind on it to where, guess what, no matter what, because my mind is made up, so no matter what, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to accomplish a thing. I'm going to stay committed with the task at hand and what it is of what I'm trying to do. Why? I was able to identify, so I recognize what it is that I'm really supposed to be doing. Now, two, I done prayed about it. I didn't seek God. I didn't ask him, look here, am I supposed to be doing such a thing? Now, because my mind is renewed, okay, good. I'm mentally going to prepare myself. I know that it's going to be the will of God because he's equipping me to do such a thing. So being committed to it won't be a problem. Why? Because it should be a fire desire burning on the inside of you. And also, too, whenever you don't do it, it's going to make you feel some type of way. So that's how you're going to know with whatever it is that you're dealing with or whatever it is that you're trying to attack at that time, that, hey, yeah, I'm really supposed to be doing. Because whenever you don't do it, it's just going to give you like a really feeling. You know, like for me, my feeling is like, say if I miss church, you know what I mean? Or like, say if I miss one of the events that we have going on, I'd be like, oh man, like I just feel so bad that I was not able to make it. Why? It's because I knew I was supposed to be there, but other stuff happened, other stuff came up, and unfortunately I was not able to make it. But okay, let's suck it up. Let's make a plan, you know, going forward to make sure that, guess what, we're not going to miss it again. Which then causes us to go into number 3. Number 3 is plan it out. You ever heard the proverb saying before that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail? Like, that is on point, and that is so accurate. We then prayed about it. We then renewed our mind about it, but then we didn't even write anything down to like, okay, what is that even going to look like in my doing right now to accomplish the goal it is that I have at hand? So if I know this is what the end result look like, what is my plan to get me there? And this here is where many of us fail at times. So whenever the new year starts, or whenever, you know, a new journey comes up or whatever, we have all these thoughts in our minds, and hey, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be just so exciting. At the end of it, it's just gonna be, woo, I can just see it now. All the confetti and stuff is just blowing. I have accomplished a thing, I have done it, I conquered it, and this is it. And the thought is good, but what's the plan to get there? We don't have a plan to even get there. One of the good things it is that you can do, if you're not one like me, I love to journal. I'm more so on where I have to write it out, like I have to see it. But another good thing is creating a vision board. Vision boards are so amazing. Why? Because whenever you do it, you can put it up somewhere in your house and you can remind yourself about it mentally. You're able to put it on your mind because you can remind yourself about it each and every day it is that you see it. And Habakkuk 2 and 2, it tells us, Habakkuk 2 and 2, it tells us to write down the vision, for us to write it down and make it plain upon the table. So yours may not be a table like how I write, do my journaling on a table for anyone else who may do it that way. But yours may be that, hey, let me make this vision board. It's not going to be on the table, but let me go ahead and put this thing up on a wall. So that way, every time I see it, how it says that he may run who read it. So every time it is that I see my vision board, I'm going to be reminded of what it is that I have here at hand, the task that I have at hand. That means that I'm going to be able to see it. I'm going to be able to remind myself that, hey, I have something at hand that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to be able to say that this is what it's supposed to look like. So even in the process of it, if what you're doing at that appointed time does not match up with your vision board, or does not match up with the plan that you have at hand, then you need to back off and you need to do a self-check and a self-evaluation. Or you just need to examine, things out and be like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And if you find that you're doing something wrong, which you may, if you don't see any type of progress in it, what you're trying to do is, then you're able to go back. And because you have the vision board, or because you have the plan at hand, now you're able to go back to what it is you wrote down, or whatever it is that you put on your vision board, and say, okay, this is the pattern that I have right now, but that seemed not to be working for me. So now I have to go back and I have to re-script it. I have to rewrite it. I didn't say cancel it. You don't cancel it. Like, if it's your plan, because you done prayed about it now. You done renewed your mind about it. So now it's in the planning of, and many of times, and know that it's okay. It's okay if you don't get it right the first time. It's okay if it takes you 5 and 6 and 7 times, until you finally get it. It's in the processing of it that you're going to discover, hey, look, I need to know what my pattern look like. I need to know that whatever it is that I'm doing right now, if it's even a good, if it's a good system for me, if it's a good regimen of what I'm doing, and does it even make sense? So if you have it plain in front of you, which it tells us that in the word that it should be plain, to make it plain, you're able to go back and to assess it. You're able to go back and to revise it if you need to. You're able to go back and re-script it. But that don't mean you have to start all over again. One thing I tell my husband all the time, and what I'm so big about, is paper trail. Paper trail. I am a paper trail girl. Like, I need a paper trail. You can't come tell me this and then later on down the line when something happened, and then we have to go back and revisit it. Like, many of times that's what we have to do in life, and we don't have a paper trail. We don't have nothing to sustain what it is that we originally talk about. Then guess what? Then we have to start it all over again. So, but if we create a paper trail right now, if we create some type of system right now, then we're able to assess it. Then we're able to see, okay, am I really being consistent, or if I'm not being consistent? Am I really sticking to the plan, or I'm not sticking to the plan? And if I'm not, then hey, we need to go back and we just need to rewrite the script. We just need to make a few little adjustments. Hey, okay, look here. If it is something with a business, maybe I'm not advertising enough. Maybe I'm just not putting my business out there enough. Maybe, I need to do it this way instead of that way. Maybe I just need to get some feedback from people and just see, exactly what's going on. And knowing that feedback, constructive criticism is always a good thing. Anytime that you're trying to, work with your health and fitness, because you have people who can really be honest with you. So being able to have an open heart, a heart to receive truth, and know that it's only to help you and it's not to hurt you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, too, having some type of understanding with renewing of your mind on, what am I doing at this time? Does it even make sense? Is it even healthy for me? What is the reason on why I'm not being consistent with the thing it is that I have at hand? And then to asking the question, is it even realistic of what it is that I have planned? I gave the example of when you're trying to start a business, but what if you're just simply just saying, okay, this year, I'm going to save. I'm going to save my money this year right here. So if January 1st came and I said every single week, I was going to put $100 inside of the savings account. $100 inside the savings account. It sounds like a great and amazing idea. It sounds so good. But then let's be realistic about it. How much you making each week to where you can actually put $100 in there? If you making $500 a week, you know what I mean? And you know you got bills each month that's maybe like $1,500. You know what I'm trying to go at? So if you make, just to kind of put numbers on it, if you make $500 a week, if it's 4 weeks, that means you're making like $2,000 a month. Yeah. I know I went to Northside, but look here. Y'all don't judge me, okay? $500 a week times 4 is $2,000. It would bring 20. It would put you at $2,000. But your ultimate goal is to save $100 a week, which may be fine. So if you do $2,000 a month, and then you're saving $100 a week, and that's 4 weeks, that means you now at $1,600. But your bills itself run on average about $1,500, meaning that only leaves you with $100 for the month to do whatever it is that you need to do or whatever it is that you want to do. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people can really do it, and it's not even that much of a big deal for them. It's not that much of an issue because they know, look, I done prayed about this thing. I done renewed my mind about it. I done made the plan for it, and I know now I have to sacrifice. So look here. They gonna take that sacrifice like it ain't nothing. But if you are not there yet, then do you really think you can manage and live on just $100 extra each and every single month? So instead of saying maybe, no, I'm not gonna do $100, maybe let me just start off with maybe $30 a week. It sounds more realistic. Why? Because you're trying to do something that you probably ain't never tried before. So it's still new to you. So it's in the planning that you're going to discover a lot of things about yourself. And guess what? You may not like it, but as long as you have your mind renewed about it and you're able to stay committed to it, you're going to do it. And it's not going to be so drastic. It's not going to make it seem like, oh man, like I'm doing this stuff, but like it seems to just be doing more harm to me than anything. Jeremiah 29:11 says that the plans it is that God has for us is to prosper us, not to harm us. So even in the planning, if it hurts, then we need to step back, reevaluate, and say, okay, is this God in this situation right here of what I'm really trying to do? So if it's causing harm, because according to the word does not bring harm to us. Our plan should not bring harm nowhere up in the process of it. But if it's doing harm, then maybe I'm trying to do this planning without first seeking God and asking him what it is that I should be doing. So making sure with the plan it is that you make for yourself, you plan to plan. I mean, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So making sure that we have a plan intact, making sure it's something that is realistic, and making sure that it's something it is that you can stay committed to. No matter what, I'm just going to stay along the course and I'm going to stay committed to this thing. Number 4 is who is holding us accountable for these things. Take a sip. I know, yeah, y'all, I'm drinking some latte. It's been a good it's been productive days the last couple of days. So let me tell you, drinking this latte is keeping me afloat right now. But going back to it, number 4, who is holding us accountable? Who is in our corner? Who is cheering us on? Who is helping us with reaching and getting to the finish line? 1 Thessalonians 5:11 tells us, therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. Meaning that the people it is who we have in our corner matters. The people it is who we are asking to hold us accountable for such a thing matters. Why? Because are they helping build me up? Are they helping me stay equipped? Are they helping me stay with the momentum? Are they helping me even when I don't have no momentum to where I'm able to kind of feed from them? Are they holding me accountable? If I call and tell them, look here, man, I'm gonna have to miss this week with contributing to this this savings account, or look, man, I ain't gonna be able to come to the gym today. I know I made my commitment, for us to work out today, but it just ain't gonna happen. Your accountability partner needs to keep you reminded of the goal at hand. They need to keep you reminded of the vision it is that you wrote out for yourself. Meaning, going back to number 3 is when you wrote the vision out, it says write it down and make it plain, so that way whoever reads it can run with it. Is your accountability partner able to run with your plans and with your vision? Are they able to really understand your plan and your vision? Do they really see if it is realistic or if it's not? And if it's not, are they holding me accountable to say, look here, you may need to make some changes to this thing because it just doesn't make sense? Are they able to keep me on track whenever I'm falling off? That's what our accountabilities look like. Proverbs 27:17 tells us that iron sharpens iron. Is this person sharpening me? Are they helping me be better? Are they helping me be better? Are they helping me? Or if not, like, or even to asking the question is, are they even in a position to help me be better? Like, for instance, if you're where you're like, I'm saving, I'm going to save this month. I am going to save this month. You can't try to have nobody who live in paycheck to paycheck all the time. Can't never go nowhere because they ain't never got no money. They ain't never got no gas up in their car. They can't never go eat out nowhere. Like, nothing. And not saying that is a bad thing, but they probably got goals of their own that they trying to, accomplish. So they really going through a sacrificial season, which is completely fine. But if you have someone who is in that position, are they really in a position to help you with being your accountability partner? You can't ask somebody who not good at saving or don't even try to save or have never saved in their life to help you or hold you accountable for your saving. They're not gonna be able to do it. Why? Because they don't even know what it looks like. So even with reading your plans, it is that you have for yourself, and writing down your vision is not gonna make any sense to them, anyways. Why? Because they're not doing it. They're not in the position of doing it, meaning that they're probably not going to have your best interest at heart in the process of it all because they just simply don't understand your plan. And it's not that they don't want to, they're just not in the position of it is. So who is holding you accountable? And are they actually in position of holding you accountable? That's number 4 of our nugget with helping us with jumpstarting this new year. And then we're going to go to number 5. What do I get out of this? So I done put it on my mind. I was able to identify with exactly what it is that I'm trying to do. I done prayed about it. I done renewed my mind about it. I'm like, look here, I'm going to get this thing going. We going to start it up, and that's just what it's going to be. I done plan it out. I have a plan right in front of me. I'm going to execute this thing. It got to be God. He's showing and revealing me, all the signs. When I'm not talking about it, it's making me feel some type of way. I got my accountability partner or partners, who's going to be holding me accountable to do such a thing. But what am I getting out of this? How is this really going to be beneficial to my life? Is this even any type of fruit it is that can be lasting fruit, everlasting fruit, or if it's just something that's going to, get me through the season? Is it going to be lasting, or is it going to be just for a season? Is it going to be something that's beneficial for me and my family and everyone it is who I'm connected to when it comes to my job, when it comes to my business, when it comes to my friendships, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to connections, when it comes to networking? Like, me doing this thing right here, what good does it do for me and everything that is connected to me? Galatians 5:22 tells us that, but the first of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. So that's what it looks like. So with everything it is that I'm putting at hand, everything it is that I'm putting on the table at this time, all of the plans that I'm putting in, the people it is who I'm involving in this thing, what am I going to get out of it? Is it going to look like love? Am I going to have joy about it? Am I even going to have some type of peace, about it? What is it really going to look like? And if it does not fall in those guidelines of the fruits of the Spirit, and that's just with putting That's with just putting scripture on it, because we are Bible readers. We are, the word based. That's what we stand on. That's what our foundation is. So everything it is that's going to come from me is going to pretty much be in alignment with the word. So that's scripture based. But the end result of it all, what does it look like? What do I get out of it? What do the people around me, is it going to bring me some good? Is it going to make me more healthier? Is it going to put me in a better financial position? Is it going to put me in better relationships with people, with connections and networking and all that other good stuff of whatever the task is that I have at hand? What does it look like, and is it even good for me? So again, I know last week we talked about jump starting the new year. This week I wanted to go ahead and give everyone a few nuggets and just a few pointers on things it is that we can think about, because as many a times that we plan things out and we don't accomplish it. We don't finish. Like, we start the race, but we don't finish it. I'm trying to remember who it is who I think said it. I think it was Eric Thomas, but there are so many other people who had their part say, their input in, is that it's easy for anyone to start a race. It's easy for anyone to start something. Everyone can start, but not everyone finish. It's the ones who finish are the ones who went through the endurance. It's the ones who went through the long suffering. It's the ones who stayed committed. It's the one who had those strong accountability partners. It's the ones who had that strong prayer life. It's the ones who had their mind completely made up on exactly what it is they were going to do. Anybody can start. Anybody can start anything, but not everybody is strong enough to finish it. Not everyone is willing to cross that finish line. Now, when you start off, that's the ultimate goal. But people drop out, people fall out, people quit along the way. And why? Because when you really think back to it, it wasn't a race for them to be running anyways. So understanding and knowing from jump, is this something it is that I'm supposed to be doing? And do I really need to do it? And if so, what the end result is, what do I get out of it with everything else in between it? So I pray this bless you, because it definitely blessed me. You see me with my uncomfortable t-shirt on. This is actually my husband when I ran out the house and I couldn't find mine. Oh, he gonna be like, why you keep wearing my stuff? But boo, we married, boo. Okay, yours is mine and mine's. It's mine, okay? So I'm wearing my boo-boo shirt. But look, if you haven't already, that's why it's a little wrinkle too, But if you haven't already ordered your shirt, make sure to put your order in for it. It is only $13. It's only $13. You can inbox, you can comment for more information about it. Again, I pray you were blessed on today, because this definitely blessed me. Look here. I know we have the YouTube channel that, we're activating and we're going strong with it right now. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Everything gonna work out like how it needs to work out. Why? Because it's all God. It's all God and all His doing. And I got my one little curl right here. And two, it gives the listeners a chance to actually go and get the same experience it is that everyone else is getting, like we were doing the Facebook Live. So it's good, it's great, it's gonna always be good, because it's God up in this thing. Again, I pray that you were blessed on today, because this definitely blessed me. Go ahead, take your pointers, make sure you had your pen and paper. It is going to be posted up forever, so just in case if you maybe miss a few of them, I'll go ahead and post them at the end of the video as well. But make sure to go back and listen to it if needed, so that way you can get a mind on all the pointers and everything it is that was mentioned about it. So until next week, this is Joe signing out on Uncomfortable. You all be blessed.